What's with the Ed Sheeran t-shirt?
I like his music.
He's allowed to like what he likes.
You're almost 60.
Solo Mio unfolds as a deeply emotional and musically rich cinematic journey that explores loneliness, identity, and the transformative power of music in ways that feel both intimate and universal. Rather than following a predictable narrative arc, the film embraces a fluid storytelling style that mirrors the rhythms of life itself. Moments of silence followed by swelling crescendos. Pauses pregnant with emotion and scenes that breathe with feeling long after the moment has passed. At its heart, Solo Mio is a film about the ways in which sound can shape memory, reveal hidden truths, and forge connections between souls who might otherwise remain isolated in their own inner worlds. From the very beginning, the film establishes a world where sound is more than just background ambiance. It becomes a language in its own right. The streets, stages, and quiet corners of the city are filled with layers of sound. The distant echo of an opera singer practicing his scales, a street musician coaxing melody from a battered violin, the quiet hum of everyday life that vibrates beneath every scene. These oral textures are not merely decorative. They anchor the emotional landscape of the film, reflecting the inner state of its characters and marking transitions between moments of longing, revelation, and transformation. The central figure of the story is a solitary musician whose life has been shaped by notes and rhythms, but also by loss and unresolved yearning. This character carries the quiet weight of unspoken regrets, friendships that once felt unbreakable, and a sense that there is always something just out of reach, a perfect chord that has not yet been found, a melody that remains unresolved. Their existence feels suspended between past and present, echoing with memories of laughter and silence alike. And music becomes both comfort and mirror, a way to express what cannot be spoken, a way to confront what has been buried within. As the narrative unfolds, the protagonist's path crosses with others whose relationships with sound and solitude resonate in unexpected ways. Some are fellow musicians, their own lives shaped by ambition, disappointment, or unfulfilled dreams. Others are listeners who carry their own private histories encoded in the songs that stir their hearts or bring tears to their eyes. Each encounter feels like a meeting of two worlds, a blending of inner rhythms that alters both parties, like overlapping melodies creating a new harmony. These interactions are never simple. They challenge assumptions, stir hidden fears, and open the door to unexpected intimacy. Solo Mio's plot is constructed less like a traditional story and more like a suite of emotional movements, each one evolving into the next. Early sequences focus on the protagonist's quiet routines, practicing alone in dimly lit rooms, walking through rain-drenched streets with the distant strains of violin echoing in the background, sitting before silent instruments and contemplating the absence of sound. These early scenes are introspective and meditative, inviting the audience into a state of listening rather than simply observing. Gradually, these individual moments begin to intersect with the lives of others, who are similarly drawn to sound as both refuge and revelation. A young singer whose voice trembles with vulnerability finds solace in the older musician's presence, discovering strength in duet harmonies that feel like spoken confessions. A retired composer discovers that melodies once lost to time can return with renewed clarity when heard through another's interpretation. These intersecting paths highlight how music can bridge gaps in understanding, dissolving the barriers that often separate us from one another. The film's visual language complements its auditory focus with equal artistry. Scenes unfold with painterly attention to light and shadow, color and texture. A sunset can glow like a final chord resolving. A stormy night can loom like an unresolved dissonance. Close-up shots of hands caressing strings or keys carry emotional weight comparable to dialogue, revealing the physicality of creation and the intimate connection between body and sound. The camera lingers on breath, on expression, on the minute variations that shape each performance, inviting the viewer to feel as if they are inside the music itself. One of the film's most compelling elements is its treatment of silence. Silence is not emptiness but a charged term, a canvas on which memories are projected. Emotions are heard more clearly, and the space between notes becomes as resonant as the notes themselves. In moments of silence, the characters confront their deepest fears and longings. In moments of music, they find expression for truths that once felt unspoken. This dynamic interplay between sound and stillness elevates the film from a simple musical drama into a meditation on the nature of communication itself. As the story progresses, conflict arises not from external antagonists, but from internal struggle. The protagonist must confront the fear of vulnerability, the fear that opening oneself to another through sound might also invite heartbreak. These fears are not abstract. They are grounded in memories of lost connections and unfulfilled longing. Sound becomes the instrument through which these fears are tested, a harmony that might unite, a dissonance that might fracture. The film's emotional tension is woven through performances that range from quiet solo passages to full ensemble moments that feel like catharsis. Music sequences in the film are not merely displays of talent. They are metaphors for emotional breakthroughs. A duet performed under a canopy of autumn leaves can signify reconciliation. A solo piece played before an empty auditorium can bring past ghosts into presence. These sequences carry the audience through emotional arcs that transcend words, tapping directly into the primal way humans connect through rhythm and harmony. In this sense, Solo Mio is not about performance alone, but about the psychic resonance of sound, the way it can awaken memory, stir longing, and open the heart to transformation. Supporting characters play essential roles in shaping the emotional terrain. The young singer's journey mirrors the protagonist's own fears and hopes, revealing how mentorship can become mutual discovery. A retired composer's rediscovered passion illustrates how art can return to us when we least expect it. Others encountered along the way, street musicians, listeners in transit, and whispered audiences under moonlit skies, contribute their own emotional frequencies to the larger symphony of shared experience. Each character becomes a node in a network of sound and memory, a reminder that we are never truly alone in our emotional quest. As Solo Mio approaches its emotional climax, the narrative brings its central threads into a moment of revelation. The protagonist stands before a gathering poised between the comfort of solitude and the vulnerability of shared expression. The crescendo of sound that follows is not just a musical climax, but an emotional release, a harmonization of memory, identity, and connection that has been building throughout the journey. In this moment, the protagonist's fear dissolves not through resolution alone, but through acceptance. Acceptance that music is a bridge between self and others, past and present, solitude and communion. The film's resolution is neither tidy nor simplistic. It reflects life's complexity and all its nuanced beauty. The final scenes do not erase the loneliness that once shaped the protagonist. Rather, they transform it into a deeper appreciation of connection. The journey through sound has revealed that identity is not static but dynamic. Memory is not fixed but fluid. And that the act of listening, truly listening, is itself an expression of love. Solo Mio leaves its audience with a profound sense of resonance, as though a final chord has been struck and continues to echo within the listener's own emotional landscape. It suggests that our individual histories, shaped by sound and silence alike, are part of a larger symphony of human experience. In its evocative imagery, layered sound design, and deeply human performances, the film offers more than a story to watch. It offers a feeling to be lived, an experience that lingers like the last resonant note of a well-loved song.